Imagine stepping outside your home one summer morning. The streets are quiet, the market is beginning to open, neighbors are preparing for another ordinary day. Then you notice a woman. She's dancing, not gracefully, not happily, just dancing. There is no music, no festival, no celebration. At first, people laugh. Some assume she's drunk, others think she's lost her mind. Hours pass. She doesn't stop. Night falls. She's still dancing. By the next morning, she's still moving. Within days, dozens of people have joined her. Weeks later, hundreds are dancing through the streets of Strasbourg. Some collapse from exhaustion. Others suffer broken bones. According to many historical accounts, some even die. This wasn't folklore. This wasn't fiction. It was one of the strangest documented events in European history. And more than 500 years later, no one knows exactly why it happened. To understand the dancing plague, you first have to understand Strasbourg. Today, it's a beautiful city in eastern France. But in 1518, Strasbourg belonged to the Holy Roman Empire, and life there was incredibly difficult. Harvests had failed, food was expensive, disease was common. Many families lived one bad season away from starvation. Religious tensions divided communities, and people believed deeply in miracles, curses, saints, and divine punishment. Stress wasn't just emotional, it was survival. Modern historians often point out that chronic fear and hardship can shape how entire communities respond to extraordinary events. That context matters, because what happened next would have sounded impossible if no one had written it down. Historical records identify the first known dancer as a woman often referred to as Frau Trophäa. One day, in July of 1518, she walked into the street and began dancing. There was no audience, no celebration, no performance. Witnesses claim she danced for hours, then through the night, then the next day. Some accounts suggest she continued for nearly a week, with only brief pauses brought on by exhaustion. Her feet reportedly became swollen and bloodied, but she kept moving. Nobody could explain why. Then, something even stranger happened. Other people started dancing too. 1 became 5, 5 became 20, 20 became 50. Within weeks, contemporary reports described dozens, and eventually perhaps hundreds, of people dancing in the streets. The city had never seen anything like it. City leaders faced an impossible question. How do you stop people from dancing when they insist that they can't? Doctors examined the dancers. Surprisingly, many physicians did not blame spirits or demons. Instead, they believed the sufferers had, quote, hot blood, a concept rooted in the medical theories of the time. The solution sounds unbelievable today. They decided the dancers should keep dancing until whatever was causing the condition worked its way out naturally. Officials cleared public spaces. They built wooden stages, and they even hired musicians to accompany the dancers. Imagine walking through the city and seeing officials paying bands to play while exhausted people struggled to stop moving. The treatment had the opposite effect. According to historical reports, even more people joined. Whether because of the visibility of the event, social influence, or some other cause, the phenomenon spread rather than disappeared. Authorities eventually abandoned this approach. Instead, many sufferers were taken to a shrine dedicated to Saint Vitus, a figure long associated in local belief with uncontrollable movements and nervous disorders. There, prayers and religious rituals were performed. Gradually, the dancing stopped. However, the mystery remains. So, what caused an entire city to dance? The truth is, historians still debate the answer. Several theories have been proposed, though. Theory 1. Poison grain. One popular idea suggests the townspeople accidentally consumed rye contaminated by ergot, a fungus that can produce chemicals related to LSD. The hallucinations caused by ergot poisoning are well documented. At first glance, it seems like the perfect explanation. But there is a problem. Ergot poisoning usually causes severe pain, muscle spasms, confusion, and impaired movement. Victims are often too sick to dance continuously for days. And today, many historians and medical researchers consider this explanation unlikely. Theory 2. Mass psychogenic illness. There is currently one leading explanation, and that is mass psychogenic illness, sometimes called mass sociogenic illness, which occurs when Psychological distress spreads through a group, producing real physical symptoms without a shared physical disease. It isn't fake. People genuinely experience the symptoms. Communities under intense stress have experienced episodes of fainting, shaking, laughter, and other unusual behaviors throughout history. Could fear, hardship, cultural beliefs, and social contagion have combined to produce the dancing plague? Many experts think this is the most plausible explanation, but even this theory doesn't answer every question. Theory 3. Something we've yet to understand. Some historians caution against overconfidence. The records from 1518 are incomplete. Different chroniclers disagreed about details. The number of dancers and reported deaths varied depending on the source. It's possible the event combined several factors that we'll never fully untangle. Whatever happened, it was extraordinary enough that people continued writing about it for centuries. The dancing plague isn't just a bizarre historical curiosity. It's a reminder of how powerful the human mind can be. It shows how fear can spread, how communities respond under pressure, and how the explanations that seemed obvious today might look very different hundreds of years from now. Perhaps the strangest part of the story isn't that people danced. It's that an entire city, including doctors and government officials, had to decide what reality looked like while it was unfolding. They didn't know they were living through one of history's greatest mysteries. They were simply trying to survive another summer. 500 years have passed. Scientists have better medicine. Historians have better records. Psychologists understand far more about human behavior. And yet, no one can say with complete certainty why the streets of Strasbourg filled with dancers in the summer of 1518. Some mysteries refuse to stay in the past. If you enjoyed uncovering one of history's strangest true stories, there are many more waiting to be told, because history isn't just a list of dates. Sometimes, it's stranger than anything fiction could ever imagine.